Words. Words break reality into pieces, creating illusions of isolated things out of an actual singularity. Ideas behind words take on a significance of their own. Volume 5 pieces expose words and ideas as artificial, to reveal the interrelated oneness, which is the essence of the reality you encounter. Wow, how many really stupid things people do. Let's review a few, then let's take an in-depth look at just why humanity wallows in its own stupidity. The Essence of Reality explores how the psyche which you are creates the reality you encounter. So be it there, you found the Essence of Reality, a unique look at how life actually works. Right here you see beyond standard thinking to recognize how you attract and create all parts of your own life. Until you grasp that, you'll fiddle through life attempting to manipulate illusory forces and sources. We do have much to cover here, so enjoy this and explore other episodes. When I was a kid growing up in western Pennsylvania, my father, an intelligent and generally good guy, didn't like me ever to use the word stupid. I found that strange, even as a preteen, as I already could see a lot of stupid stuff going on. Why not use the correct word, the correct accurate expression to describe something really stupid? Of course, I didn't give up the word, but I did tend to avoid using it when Dad was around. I once talked to a guy who told a story lamenting that he had an idiot for a son. He explained how his son, out hunting during deer season in Pennsylvania, had shot a buck. He thought to carry it back to his truck, so he propped the body on his shoulder with the head and rack resting against his head, the body riding over his own stooped over body, and carried it out like that. When this hunter waddled out into a clearing, 3 other hunters shot, mistaking him for a deer. People do a lot of stupid things. That was one. Much like the really stupid things we do, it was really, really dumb, especially when considered in retrospect. The question is, the question to be considered here is, why do people do stupid things? Even pretty intelligent people often do stupid things. Why? There's one reason why stupid things are commonly done, and you should be aware of it. Because the direction of your life is not governed by, or even primarily influenced by, the actions you carry out, however clever or unwise. Stated otherwise, what you do, the actions you take, are not the driving force in the direction your life takes. Recognizing that is a major step you'll be wanting to make. So let's take a look at stupid things. Our review will range from dumb stuff like what that hunter did on the spur of the moment to really stupid things people do or think. Now, I'll restrict this to basic examples because a complete review of banal acts and thoughts would, well, never end. Tom Nair here. I voice a unique message. I've spent years clearing away deceiving ideas to achieve what I call clear awareness. Life works well when you see that you alone drive yours. So these videos are intended only to help you see past common misconceptions to recognize how life actually works. In a book about national park rangers, I read about guys in a fishing boat. Nice, warm, sunny day, out fishing on a lake fed by very cold reservoir runoff water. Sometimes rattlesnakes try to swim across the water, but go dormant due to the cold water. These guys saw a stiff snake float by and figured it was dead, so they pulled it out and tossed it into the boat. In short order, the rattlesnake woke up. Guess who ended up in a chilly lake in very short order. Smoking cigarettes, vaping. I already did a whole episode in volume 5 here about the utter stupidity of sucking irritating, harsh materials into your lungs. The tender, sensitive alveoli in your lungs are there to process the oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange you need to live, not to incur constant damage from smoking. That practice requires ongoing healing, so the cells of a smoker's air sacs, continuously damaged, must undergo constant repair. That all made necessary by the dull-witted habit of sucking purposely manufactured pollution into them. Smoking is really stupid, but millions of people do it, powerless to stop. Why? We'll see. Texting while driving. There's another blatant stupidity. Nearly 400,000 injuries happen yearly from the 1.6 million crashes in the USA alone while drivers text with others, likely mostly banal chit-chat. Over 3,000 people are killed because some dolt or they themselves were texting instead of paying attention while driving. Amazingly, 1 out of 4 accidents stem from cell phone use. If that isn't stupid, I don't know what is. Texting among the young, well, not so young sometimes, is absurdly widespread at that. It seems that many people anymore don't engage in reality directly, but spend their lives embroiled in superficial conversations with their social media friends. Hey, texters, cell phone people, check out mountains and deserts, forests, art, quality music, real live conversations. Life has so much to offer which you can miss with your nose stuck in a cell phone. Anyway, texting while walking is bad enough. It might be advantageous to finding telephone poles, but texting while driving, that's really stupid. Uphill from that level of stupid is believing in a religion only because somebody told you it was true. I've thoroughly debunked religion as an explanation for reality and how it works. So check out my earlier episodes for a total dismissal of Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and any other stock explanation of gods and glory offered by prophets, gurus, priests, preachers, rabbis, and imams. None of them understand life, and they happily pass along their delusions to you while relieving you of your money. That is dull-witted. Beyond stupid, past idiotic, into a realm that scarcely has a word to represent it is the argument given by many supporters of the current President of the United States, Donald Trump. Arguments put forth by true cult of Trump members exceeds banality. Trumpers, disillusioned with the dishonesty and untrustworthiness of regular politicians, typically reason, and I hate to actually even apply the word reason to this line of klutzy thinking. Trumpers would often claim to support their hero because he was a great businessman. When you explain to them that his businesses often failed or went bankrupt, they can't grasp that. When you point out that many more people voted against him than for him, so he should pursue a more centrist path, not his knee-jerk, unfounded efforts meant only to please his base, that argument sails way over their heads. Noting that he lies incessantly does not penetrate their fixed thinking. Observing that his and the Republicans' only accomplishment after 2 years plus is reducing taxes on the ultra-wealthy like Trump himself, well, that argument falls on deaf ears too. Now, I'm not saying that all people who vote for Trump are stupid, but much of the reasoning they use is really, really stupid. Indeed, very much like a religion, Trump supporters are devoted to their grand hero based on feelings, not on rational analysis. Considering various conversations I've had with these people, it's clear that they don't reach conclusions by analyzing facts, by reasoned deduction based on reality. They simply buy into all of his phony, false claims and made-up arguments duped by their own mindsets. They think very much like believers in a religion. One cannot even discuss Trump with a Trumper any more than explain to a devout Christian that the God with the big G name does not exist and never did. If that isn't stupid in full glory, I don't know what sort of action that word could apply to. Working our way up the scale of stupid, how about plastic? Developed long ago, plastic in its various forms is a material easy to make. Just refine oil and fiddle with it chemically. You can cheaply make all manner of useful items out of it. Storage and shipping containers, bags, car parts, household items, tools, thousands of things. Nothing dumb about that. Handy items. Plastics sure beat knapped stone and forged bronze for ease of manufacture and abundant use. Only two small problems with plastic, two minor difficulties. One is it's made from oil and there's only so much oil on this planet. That means you can't just continue to use it as though it were endless in supply. Along with huge quantities of oil needed to refine into gasoline and diesel for transportation needs, oil will one day be depleted. Mindless use guarantees that future generations, our offspring, will suffer the consequences. And our planet, the environment, it suffers right now. Oil is more and more difficult to recover. And two, the second problem about plastic is that it ends up, most of it, in the environment, with like tons and tons of it in the ocean. Plastic is an enormous environmental hazard. Many sea animals die with their stomachs full of plastic. It wouldn't be so bad if people were aware of the damage they do. Well, hold on. Many don't even care about that, about preserving the earth for its diverse life forms and future generations. And many that do care just don't pay attention to the issue of plastic or of air pollution, water pollution, or the warming of the earth's environment. Now we're getting into stupidity on a grand scale. Given that the planet can only support a certain number of humans before major ecological systems are overtaxed, it is of monumentally stupid scope that our population just keeps growing. That so few humans recognize the damage of population growth, and they cannot convince the rest that it's even an issue. If humans would just reduce their reproduction tendencies, a wide range of human-induced environmental problems could be drastically reduced, rendering the earth livable and ecologically sound for centuries. The path mankind is on guarantees an ever-burgeoning population living on an unnaturally warmed planet, and that brings a host of maladies. Severe weather conditions happening ever more frequently, ever dirtier air from increased emissions, higher wildlife extinction based on changed weather patterns and reduction of habitat, droughts, tornadoes, and so forth, higher sea levels and flooding of many cities and islands, widespread destruction of oceanic species. Pretty nasty consequences, those. For premier levels of stupid, unmitigated population growth is tops. Well, except maybe for war. Killing other humans never solved any problem, ever. Carried out on a large scale, it only creates greater ones. War destroys not only people, but natural habitat, buildings, and other real things, but also destroys trust and peacefulness. So there's a large, diverse assortment of stupid for you, with many quirks left out, and considerable difficulty in determining just what is the most stupid of man's many foibles. Okay then, why are humans so stupid? Why do we screw up on a scale from personal fumbling to mass excessive population growth and widespread environmental degradation when we really only have this one planet to live on? How can mankind be so stupid? It's actually pretty simple. People do things consistent with their beliefs. They act according to their understanding of what they are and what they have to do to survive and reproduce, or at least engage in the act of intercourse with or without their reproduction part. Most people just don't see the big picture, and even if they did, they would be clueless as to what to do to improve things. And that is because their understanding about life is fully distorted by beliefs in silly gods and external control. And those traditional notions undergirding religion and science invariably result in personal powerlessness. People's mindsets are loaded with struggle and conflict, all based on widespread misperception that they are separate from life's flow, each an isolated self only able to affect reality by manipulating it. This false duality of self versus reality leads people to hold conflict within, woven during childhood into many elements of their own subconscious, their own value structures. Conflict is prized. It's the center of any drama, movie, or mystery. Conflict is the basis of sports and the cornerstone of many relationships. Invariably, inevitably, if you hold conflict within, even value and prize the ability to fight, you will weave it into your life. Your actions will lead to non-peaceful outcomes. If you examine history, you'll find that the most conflictual countries have been laced with the primitive ideas promoted by Christianity and Islam and other flawed religions. War is stupid. Class differentiation, stupid. Abuse, stupid. But they all take place unavoidably in heavily religious societies. Filling the oceans with plastic and warming them, polluting the air and water. These all defile the very environment we live in, desecrate the planet we inhabit. But those stupid outcomes are inescapable among humans who are not aware of their innate connection to the reality they encounter. You are connected unavoidably, innately, to the flow of events and relationships you encounter. Your daily life reflects your own core nature. If you hold conflict and struggle within, you will build it into your life situations and events. Your health, your well-being. People do stupid things personally because of their own inner negatives, and large groups of people do stupid things en masse because of those commonly shared flawed notions of religion and science, both of which set up illusory dualities and guarantee conflict. You can't have a healthy forest full of sick trees. Likewise, you can't have a peaceful, prosperous society of shared benefit full of people whose belief structures are dominated by conflict and struggle. So first realize that your life unfolds only in response to your total mindset. Then undertake to delve into that psyche, your own subconscious, to step by step cull out conflict and struggle, held within, as it is attached to many values and beliefs. Now, that will be a long journey, but it is the only pathway to joy, success, peace, ease, and fulfillment, and away from stupid. People do a lot of stupid things. The question to be considered here is, why do people do stupid things? Smoking cigarettes, a religion, texting while driving. Trump supporters simply plastic, air pollution, water pollution, and the warming of the Earth's environment. Reasoned deduction, tons of it in the ocean. Stupidity on a grand scale. Population growth is for war. The planet can only support a certain number. Then, why are humans so stupid? It's actually pretty simple. People do things consistent with their beliefs, People's mindsets are loaded with struggle and conflict, all based on a widespread misperception that they are separate from life's flow. You are connected, unavoidably, innately, to the flow of real events and relationships you encounter. If you hold conflict and struggle within, you will build it into your life situations and events. People do stupid things personally because of their own inner negatives. You can't have a healthy forest full of sick trees. Likewise, you can't have a peaceful, prosperous society full of people whose belief structures are dominated by conflict and struggle. A long journey into that psyche, your own subconscious, is the only pathway to joy, success, peace, and fulfillment, and away from stupid